Hey Sherry 4x4, Mike Sherry here. Today I've got a special edition Wrangler to show you today. This is a 2021 Jeep Wrangler. It is a Rubicon, but it is the special edition Xtreme Recon Edition Rubicon. Now the Xtreme Recon Edition Rubicon is available on the Rubicon with the 3.6 liter eTorque, which is what I'm showing you today, and also the 392 Rubicon and a few of the Willys Rubicon. So it's a special edition, and I'm gonna go through what is all included in that as we walk around this vehicle. But the main hitting points are, it's got 35-inch BF Goodrich KO2 tires on it, an 1.5 inch factory lift on it is the two big hitters for this. So, you know, if you've been any fan of our channel for any time, you know we specialize in lifted Jeeps, and there's primarily a couple companies we use out there that professionally lift them, Rocky Ridge and SCA. But to have a factory lifted Jeep is really special, and we're excited that Wrangler has this package available. So let's go ahead and get into this Wrangler and we'll check it out. First off, I always like to point out the color, firecracker red, and boy is it a firecracker. It really looks hot. So up here we have the hood with the simulated vents in them. Again, simulated vents, they actually don't vent on this, but they really look cool. Got Rubicon badging. Now the Rubicon is top trim level for the Wrangler. It's their off-road trim level too. All Wranglers of course are off-road, but this is the one for the serious off-roaders. And one of the big things on a Rubicon that you get is you get the taller fenders. So the fenders sit up a little bit higher. That allows for the bigger wheel and tire to come down there. So factory, they generally only come with 33s. On the Xtreme Recon, they got the 35s on it. Let's take a look here. So again, 35-inch tires. They are on a B-Lock capable rim that are 17 inches. So I always like small rim, big tire that allows for a lot of sidewall. So when you are out rock climbing, you're going to be able to grip with a lot of rubber there compared to big wheel and same size tire, if that makes sense. Of course, disc brakes on them. I believe they've upgraded the brakes on the Recon as well. The KO2 tire is an engineered tire. This is the tire we see a lot of times on our Rocky Ridge. They ride really great on-road, but they also perform awesome off-road. They call it an all-terrain tire, and just do a little research on it. It's the tire that almost everyone wants if they're lifting their truck or Wrangler. And here we got some of your suspension parts. I believe they do put Fox shocks on these. The shocks are not labeled, but it is Fox shocks, which is pretty much the premier shock provider for lifted vehicles. So everything's very cleanly done, and beautiful thing about getting one of these brand new with the factory lift is it's all under warranty too. Everything's been calibrated, everything's been engineered. It's just really a cool package. So on the Rubicon, you also get this rock slider here. So this is not a step like what you see on some, but this actually protects, goes way up underneath there. It protects the rocker panel. So if you are out climbing in the rocks, or maybe a tree log or something, and something maybe get lodged up here, it's going to protect the side and undercarriage of this Jeep. This is a 4-door Wrangler. See, it has a really beautiful camel leather interior. Of course, you still got your sound bar up there. Other thing that's really unique on this, on all the fenders, there's a little bit of a fender extender that allows that tire, if I look straight down on it, to tuck in behind the fender here. So this piece right here, it's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, is what is an addition to the Recon package. So it's on the rear, excuse me, it's on the rear fenders and on the front fenders. You can see it even flares out even further down here. So it just kind of keeps the slop and mud off the side of the Wrangler. And that's something I have not seen before. No other aftermarket lift company is putting those on that I'm aware of. All right, so back here, this is another thing that's unique to the Recon package, and that is it's going to have the same size wheel and tire mounted on the rear, which you're like, okay, well, that's cool. But in order for them to do that, and we've seen these on Rocky Ridges and SCAs for years, is they have to upgrade the mount. And it's basically a whole new mount and door assembly here just to make this door a little bit beefier. And I always say, and it's actually a Mopar product, so it's a Jeep product, and I always say when they add that, man, this door is so much more sturdier, because I think without it, even with a factory size wheel on it, it's just a little bit of a flimsy door. So you still got your wiper back there, defrosting rear window. This here is actually a bag that your T-tops go in. This is a hard top here, so a little bit of fancy storage under there. Also, in addition to this, it's going to sit up a little bit taller than your factory, even though this is factory Wrangler. They've also added a jack spacer, so if you happen to change that tire out, your jack's going to be able to go up high enough to get the wheel off the ground. This being a Rubicon, it's going to have the painted top. It's a three-piece hard top up there. So the two front pieces come off. They go into the bag that we just showed you in the back, and then the back third piece, you can take that off maybe in your garage or something like that. There's and store it in there. Pretty cool package. I did not notice any changes interior wise. We will show you a couple things inside here that make this Rubicon unique, being a Rubicon high trim level, but I didn't notice anything for the Recon package that's changed inside. Now, financing is still available on this Jeep, and there's some incentives there from Jeep, so if you'd like more information from that, see if you qualify, all that jazz, I'll just post a link down below. A lot of our online shoppers fill that out that are interested in financing, so definitely check that out. Save you some money. All right, so push button start on these, foot on the brake, key in the vehicle or in your pocket, and push the start. You can see brand new 25 miles on it. So it does have automatic headlights, power mirrors, power locks, cruise control, hands-free connectivity. It's got radio controls kind of hidden back here on the radio, or on the steering wheel, which I like. Nice leather wrapped steering wheel too. So a lot of the comfort features that you find in high-end newer vehicles. It's got the garage door coder up here, so you don't have to carry around those clunker remotes. 8.4-inch touchscreen radio. It does have factory navigation and Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, which I'm showing you right here. If you're unfamiliar with what that Apple and Android thing is, it basically you plug in your phone and it's going to pull up navigation from your phone, as well as podcasts, cell phone text messaging, phone calls, all that's going to show up here on the radio. This also has Sirius XM in addition to your AM and FM radio. It's got climate controls here, and then let's see here. Let's go ahead and turn on these climate controls. Dual zone on this, which is nice to have. So all that can be done right there on the radio. There is buttons and knobs down here for those of you who like buttons and knobs, both for the radio and the heating and air conditioning system. And then down here we got your power windows, we got our media center, USB plugins and auxiliary ports. And then down here is a couple things that's unique to the Rubicon. So this is only available on the Rubicon. You got solid front and rear axles, and you can lock in the differentials. So you can see you can lock in the front and the rear. That's going to allow all four wheels to spin, or you can lock in the rear only. So that's if you're in the snow, in the mud, off-roading, you can do that. And then right here you've got your sway bar disconnect. That will disconnect the front sway bar up there to allow greater suspension in the front of the vehicle. If you're climbing over a big rock or something like that, you don't disconnect it when you're driving down the road on a normal highway. And then you've got 4 auxiliary ports if you want to add some fancy LED lights, things like that, you can do that. 4-wheel drive, this being a Rubicon, it's going to have what they call the Rock-Trac, and one thing that's special being a Recon Rubicon is it's got a little bit different gearing for the Rock-Trac to allow for those bigger tires. So it's something I've never seen any aftermarket manufacturer do on their lifted Jeeps, but something Jeepers recognize that, hey, we want to have the correct ratio for these tires in the extreme rock, steep type scenarios, and they've engineered that special on the Recon. So again, something else unique on it. Automatic transmission in these, and then handbrake, a couple beverage holders. Here's your key, keyless entry, and panic. Glove compartment in here. Very slick vehicle. Your Rubicon badging in the seat. Kind of got some grab bars here, and here, and here. And then these are the two tops. This side comes off, and this side above my head will come off, fit in those bags behind. So, all right, I hope that explained the Recon difference. The big thing is you get the 1.5-inch lift, you get the 35s that are BF Goodrich, you get the B-Lock capable 17-inch wheels, you get the full size or the same size wheel and tire mounted on that rear door and the upgraded mount. You get the jack spacer in case you have to change that, and then you get a little bit different gearing in the Rock-Trac there. So I think I hit on all the highlights there for that. What I have noticed here compared to a lifted product aftermarket is there's a lot of bang for the buck on these Jeep Recon products. So so much so that I think maybe some of the aftermarket manufacturers that are lifting Jeeps aftermarket maybe have to sharpen their pencil a little bit. Jeep's getting into the lifted Jeep game, which I always like to see, and I think it's great for the consumer out there to get a lifted product that's from the manufacturer that built the Jeep. All right, we'll park this back on the lot, and I don't think it'll last here long, but we do have capabilities to order these, so if you would like to order one, give us a call. We can help you out. If this one's still available and you call soon, congratulations. One cool Jeep, great features, great color, and just all around fun. There's no way not to have fun in a Jeep, I don't think. So, all right, take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Check out that backup camera. All right, I'm cutting out. Thanks for hanging with me. Bye-bye.